Aussies watching, let us know the best flavour of ice cream to put Milo on. Not bad. What's going on, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be running through 12 Aussie foods that confuse the rest of the world. Now, we're two Brits that have lived in Australia now for 11 months. I think it's 11 months, coming up close if it's not. But in that time, we've seen and experienced some particularly unique foods to Australia, and we thought what better than make a video on the channel's Eat Venture vlogs. One of the biggest things we do is eat. So let's run through 12 foods that we've experienced in Australia that I believe are completely unique to anything I've ever experienced. Cody, the same?
Yeah, definitely. There's absolutely loads that when I first came to Australia and saw them, I was like, what?
What?
You do get
That
used
is-
to it, but yeah,
yeah.
you're like, what?
If you've not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And without any further ado, let's get into point number one.
Now, point number one is actually what inspired us to create this video in the first place.
Yep.
And that is having beetroot on a burger. Now, wait up. For Australians, that might seem pretty normal.
Mhm.
Whether it's pickled beetroot, whether it's a slab of beetroot, but we have seen big chunks of beetroot on a burger, which is not something that we have really in the UK, and I'm not too sure about some other countries in the world as well.
Yeah.
So that is something that we found really weird, but also not just beetroot, to have a ring of pineapple
That one blew my mind.
on a burger.
That one blew my mind.
It must be popular.
Must be. I think as well, I think the pineapple one I've seen on Hungry Jack, which, if you've not from Australia, Hungry Jack's is the Burger King. If there's Aussies watching, obviously you guys know, but the Burger King over here is called Hungry Jack's, and I've seen advertisements where they have a big ring of pineapple on the burgers. It's like called the Hawaiian or something. Crazy. People are still arguing over pineapple being on a pizza. Australia's advanced into the next century where they're putting it on burgers. They're starting whole new debates. So that would be a big new one. The beetroot is particularly interesting. Sometimes we've seen it as like smaller portions. Other times, like you said, there is a massive slab of beetroot. People are eating it and loving that beetroot. So depends how you like it. I'm guessing maybe not every Australian likes it, but it's something I'd never seen before coming to Australia. Had you?
I hadn't seen it before either.
Point number one, beetroot/pineapple on a burger. Very unique. Number two on the list is fairy bread. Now, fairy bread is a kids' party classic in Australia. If you don't know what it is, it's sliced white bread, bit of butter lathered up on top, and then hundreds and thousands. I don't know, I thought there was like sugar, I thought there was icing, I thought it was a cake before I ever tried it. And it is just literally just butter, white bread, and sprinkles. Particularly odd.
I think, to be honest, it's not something that people have a lot.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that you would see at a kid's party.
Yeah.
How popular it is these days, I don't know. I feel like even the kids might be like, Mum, I want something better than that. Maybe they don't. Maybe they love it.
Maybe they don't. Maybe
But
they don't.
do you know what? It might be. It's one of those things. I have tried it and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
But it might be one of those foods that, you know, it is maybe a little bit better than you expect. But
I don't think it is, like the crunch and the soft, and I don't know. I think from what we understand of it in the UK, let us know if there's anybody not from the UK watching and this resonates with you. But in the UK, one of the party classics is you get half of a cabbage or a lettuce, you cut it in half, so you have like a semicircle of cabbage, you cover it in tin foil, and then you put like cocktail sticks stabbed through it with cheese and pineapple. And it's called a cheese and pineapple hedgehog. I'm going to flash it up on screen. This is something you would take to like a kid's party or like a family party, garden party, barbecue, and you would have it. And it's a cheese and pineapple hodgepodge. Hodgepodge. There's a hodgepodge. But yeah, so let us know if that is something that is makes any sense to anybody watching. I don't know whether it's uniquely British, but yeah, that is something that would only come out at parties. You're not going to roll up to like, I don't know, like lunchtime, like dinner break, and you're not going to have like dinner break and just start eating like a tinfoil pineapple cheese hedgehog. But I think
it's a lot of effort for what it actually is.
Yeah, I think it is a lot of effort. I think that's maybe what fairy bread's the comparison of.
Yeah.
Maybe let us know if you have tinfoil hedgehogs in any other parts of the world if you're watching from there.
Point number three is the iconic Vegemite. Now, this is one that's a pretty funny one because when I first turned up to Australia, I didn't particularly like it, but I've grown to actually love it.
You really have.
You absolutely adore it.
It's a problem.
We made the mistake of trying it on a spoon pretty much early days. That is not the way to do it. It needs to be thin on the right bread with the right butter, and it tastes unreal. Or We like to have it as the veggie scrolls, don't we? The veggie and cheese scrolls that you can get in the supermarkets. They are pretty good. Not good for you, I don't think, but pretty good.
They're a good snack, though. If you heat them up just a little bit, or even if you just have them without being heated up, just on the road kind of going. We really, really do like those Vegemite cheese scrolls. They're a must try if you've never tried them and you're here in Australia. So give them a try. But apart from that, I'm a big, big fan of Vegemite. Honestly, I could eat it from the tub, but I'm a bad example. I think I'm a bit unique in that sense. Most people, what they do is they eat it from a spoon, get it lathered, bit of butter, bit of toast, yum, try it delicately, go light. Jobs are good.
Grow to love it.
You should love it. And I do think there is a comparison for anybody from New Zealand and the UK. We have Marmite. I think in both places have Marmite, which is a bit unusual, whereas Australia has Vegemite. Now, trying them both, my preference probably does lie with Vegemite. So if you've tried Marmite and you're like, nah, don't like it, give it a try because it is a little bit different. Number 4 on the list is something I had never even heard of. Now, this is kind of 2 in 1, but this is the sausage sizzle, or I think it's also known as a sanger snag, or a snag sanger. I think they're the same thing, but if you've never been and never had one, there is a particular place that you go for these in Australia, and that is Bunnings. If you don't know what Bunnings is, it's a hardware store, but people specifically go for the sausage sizzle at Bunnings. It blew our mind when we heard about this. People were like, you need to go and try it, please go and try it. But in principle, all it is a piece of bread with a sausage and then your choice of either onions, ketchup or mustard on it. So basically like a hot dog with a piece of bread. Now people might go, what's it all about? But in Australia, it's a must go and try in Bunnings. People really love you to go and try it. So if you're here, go and give it a try, go and give it a shot. And also the guys that do it at Bunnings are there for charity. So you're supporting a good cause by going and trying an Australian classic staple.
Point number 5 is chicken salt. Now, in the UK, we don't have chicken salt. We don't put this on our chips. I think here in Australia, they even put it on chips at Hungry Jack's. We went to Hungry Jack's the other day and they put it on the chips. And it really is a game changer.
It really
When
is.
you go anywhere, they will say to you, do you want chicken salt? I think if you said no, they probably wouldn't give you the chips.
Yeah, to refuse them, go no,
They'd
leave.
refuse them. No, leave. If you don't like chicken salt, leave.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah. So we don't really have anything comparison. Even though it's chicken salt, I don't think it's actually chicken. It's chicken seasoning. So it's not, it is actually a vegetarian thing. So even though it's chicken salt, it's not got chicken in it, but you'd season chicken with it. Confusing.
Yeah, so I think that's a good explanation because a lot of people, I think, when they hear about it, will probably think it's the flavouring of chicken. But from what we understand, sometimes it can have chicken extract in it, but the majority of the flavours are from the herbs and the kind of style that you would put onto a chicken rather than the chicken itself. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. But once you try it, you're probably going to miss it if you ever leave the country and go back and have normal chips or fries in your home country. You'll be like, where's the chicken salt? Number 6 on the list is Milo. Now, Milo, is it a drink? Is it a dessert topping? Is it just something that you would eat off the spoon? I'm sure there's a couple of Aussies that try it in many different ways. One of the main ways that you would try it is you would put it into a cup, 3 full scoops. You would then pour your milk in, mix it through, and then they put another layer. Now, it is kind of like, in a comparison, I would say a chocolate kind of Nesquik mix-up, but it's not. It's got a bit of wheat, so it's got a bit of crunch to it.
It's got the
different.
Malt
it's malt, sorry, yeah. So it's got a
Maltesers.
malt kind of crunch to it, whereas other kind of chocolate powders don't have that. So it's got a little bit more texture to it. It's a little bit more gritty. Initially, when you try it, you're like, not sure about that. But if you get used to it, it is something that I probably have a couple of times a week now. I've got one in the cupboard and we go through it quite quick. Again, it's just one of those kind of comfort things. Get it in, mix it in. It's a bit of a kid's drink, but I'm a sucker for something like that. So yeah, a good one if you need to try it.
But a lot of Aussies that we know actually like to sprinkle it on ice cream. So again, anything that would add that crunch to, they do like to have it. I think ice cream will be good. We've not actually tried it on vanilla ice cream, but that's got to be tried, I think.
Do you know what? We've actually got some ice cream and some Milo, so stick around to the end of the video and we'll actually try it on some ice cream and give our verdict on Milo and ice cream in this video.
Number 7 is the Chiko Roll. Now, when we first heard of the Chiko Roll, we presumed it was chicken. Sounds like chicken. Sounds like a chicken roll of some sort.
Yeah.
Wrong. It's not chicken, and I think it tends to be beef.
Yes.
It might be other meats, but it's not identified as a chicken roll. It's actually more similar to a spring roll. So I think it's got the mixed veg and the meat in it. I think it also has things like
cabbage, I think is a big thing.
Very similar to what you would find in a spring roll. I
Yeah.
think it has like tallow and wheat, celery, onion, green beans, all kind of mixed in. Sounds really good. We haven't actually tried one yet, but I think we need to.
Yeah.
These could be quite confusing though if you first come to Australia, because I think one, you wouldn't know what they are to start with. You wouldn't know how popular they are, but the name might throw you.
Yeah, definitely. I think I saw it and was like, oh, it's like a chicken kind of, I don't know, like a chicken sausage is what I first thought.
Yeah.
But when you actually look at it and find out what it is a spring roll type size. Like it's actually quite long, looks like a churro almost. And you can get them from the shops in the freezer section. You would heat them up and have them as a snack. Or the other alternative would be, I think, if you go to a lot of sports games, they're also served as a sports game snack that you can kind of nibble and watch the game. So if you go into any sports games, be sure to grab yourself a Chiko Roll and try it for the first time if you've not. But it's one that we still need to try. Number 8 on the list is meat pies. Pies just in general are just a cultural phenomenon in Australia. It sounds crazy, but before we came out, I thought pies just on the go as a snack that you could grab were more of a British thing. So just kind of, we have a place called Greggs in the UK. I think I've mentioned it. If people don't know, Greggs is the biggest fast food franchise in all of the UK now. Over McDonald's, over anything like KFC, Burger King or Hungry Jack's. Greggs is a British-made kind of pastry cafe fast food franchise that sells pasties, sausage rolls, pies, and you can get them on the go and eat them. Now, I thought this was primarily a British cultural thing. When we turned up in Australia, jaw was on the floor. I'm seeing meat pie shops, pastry shops, sausage rolls, all that kind of stuff was around in Australia. And it sounds silly, but I just didn't expect it.
Even like vanilla slices and things like
Vanilla
that we would...
fish and chip shops,
Yeah,
like everywhere. Like there's a lot of stuff that does seem to carry over and cross over, but when you try it, it might be a different experience. And pies are one of those. So in Australia, eating a meat pie or eating a pie in a specific way can be the making or breaking of you getting evicted from the country. There is a lot of culture around how you sauce the pie. So some people will lift the lid off, squirt the sauce in, put the lid back on and eat the pie. Some people might take the lid off, squirt tomato sauce in, what we're talking about, and then eat the pie in innards and then eat the crust afterwards. Some people would squirt it on top and eat it. There's a lot of different ways. Some people like
to pipe it in. So
pipe it in. There's a lot of different ways. There's a big culture around the pies out here, and I love that it's got its own kind of feel to it. Very different from the UK. Tomato sauce is something that you wouldn't see people putting on a pie and on the go kind of eating. So I love that it has got its own subculture. Very different, but something that you need to try and also do a bit of research on, because if you're eating a pie dry in Australia, it's like wearing socks with white sandals. They'd be like, there's an outsider. Get him out.
Number 9 is dim sim. Now, we were very confused because we thought that these were the same as dim sum, but it's not actually true, is it?
No, so it is a little bit different. Just a bit of a roundup. So dim sim is very popular in Australian and New Zealand kind of food. They're more of a bigger Chinese dumpling that you would get in comparison to dim sum. Now, both of these aren't really popular in the UK, so it was a new experience for us. All I knew was kind of from American culture and seeing it online, people talking about dim sum. Something for you to know that when I came over, I was going, oh, look at the dim sum. Got called out by a few people saying that's dim sim, completely different. So something to be aware of. If you're not sure, make sure you are sure. And this video should help you for if you're ever in that scenario. The next one on the list is number 10, and that is a curried egg sandwich. Yes, if you're watching from another country, a curried egg sandwich is quite a popular snack out here. When we were doing our research, apparently they're very regular to see in cafe fridges when you go in and you're picking something just from the fridge, or if you go into a servo petrol station, nipping in and just grabbing a quick sandwich for the road. A curried egg sandwich is a regular thing. Now, we've never tried one, so we want to put forward to any viewers, any Australian viewers, is that we live on the Sunshine Coast, semi-near Brisbane, so we want to try a curried egg sandwich. Where is the best spot to go to? Let us know in the comment section where you think the best place to go to is, or if we should just make it at home. I really want to know. I'm definitely going to try one in a future video, but it's something that we've not tried yet, but I look forward to trying. When doing my research, I was like, a curried egg sandwich? Go on then, I'll give it a try.
Number 11 is a pretty unusual one, and this is the Battered Sav / Pluto Pup.
Yep.
Is that right?
It sounds like a slushy, doesn't it?
It does.
We have slush pups which are like iced, like an iced sugary drink that you would have. But yeah, slushy.
But these are very unusual, and we saw them quite recently when we went to the agricultural show. We noticed that everybody had these fried something on a stick. We wasn't sure if they were like big mozzarella sticks or what they were. We realised that they are like a red sausage that are battered on a big stick, and everybody was loving them here in Australia.
Yeah.
We again are yet to try one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another future video, lots of food to try. But we found these very unusual. Most of the name's weird.
Definitely. So from what I understand of American culture, I thought it was just a corn dog. But apparently Pluto Pups, Battered Savs, different because I think that means that it is a Savoy sausage, which is something that you would get in a British fish and chip shop, the red sausage, battered and coated. But seeing battered on a stick, dipped in sauce, Aussies absolutely love them at these agricultural shows and kind of big events where you would have rides and fun things to kind of go and do. And basically have a good snack at a kind of carnival food, I think is what they would call it.
Yeah, right.
Is that a word that's used out here, carnival food? That's what we would call it, I guess. But yeah, looks like something that's a must try when we next go to one. And the final food on the list, making up the whole list, number 12, had to be kangaroo meat. Now, this is not one that we've actually tried as of yet, living in Australia, but it is one that some people do eat. Our landlord's actually offered it to us a couple of times and we've never been too sure, but it is very readily available. You can go to butchers, you can go to a few different places and buy it. But it is one of those foods that is, like we said, it's readily available. It's probably farmed a little bit more. It's an animal that is probably somewhat controversial to eat by some Australians. Some will love it, some maybe not so much, but it is available and probably not available in many shops anywhere else in the world, so it had to make the list.
It does seem weird when you come to a country and you see something like kangaroo meat in the supermarkets.
Yeah.
But it's the same in any other country. We went to Finland and they've got like reindeers everywhere. That's like their version of kangaroos. And they also eat the reindeer. So they use the reindeer for everything. They'll eat it. They'll use it for work. They do everything, don't they? They make use out of the
clothing
animal.
is made from the pelts,
So I guess it's just whatever's readily available in your area.
Yeah, definitely.
But it does seem weird when you come to a country that's eating a meat often that you wouldn't really eat.
Associate as food. That's very true. Same in the UK with something like venison. Many people would probably look at like deer and go, oh, it's a cute animal that's like frolicking through the fields, you shouldn't eat it. But in certain times when they are either farmed or if there's a bit of a culling as their their probably population's getting a little bit too high in certain areas. I know it's big in Scotland. Sometimes the population of deer needs to be culled to help the environment. They might then start selling venison a little bit more. You might see it in certain restaurants. Some people would eat it, other people would stay well clear. Kangaroo is that same alternative in Australia. You can also get things like crocodile meat, and you can also get emu meat. So if these are things that you would be interested in trying, Australia is the place to come to try some odd and peculiar meats that you've never had before.
Now that is all of our points for this video, but before we wrap it up, we are going to try the Milo on ice cream. I think that is an absolute must. Let's go and get some.
I'll go and grab it. And just like that, there is the ice cream with the Milo layered on top of it. Now, the only ice cream we had in was my favourite ice cream, which I've been having over here. Another one for the list, which is boysenberry ice cream. A berry that I'd never tried before coming to Australia, but now obsessed with it. Let's try it with some Milo.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That is so good. The crunch is really nice.
Adds a different texture to it, definitely.
It does.
Aussies watching, let us know the best flavour of ice cream to put Milo on. But I don't mind it on boysenberry. Bit of fruit, bit of chocolate.
That is pretty good.
Funky. Not bad.
And that is all our points for today, and it's where we're going to wrap up this video. So we just want to say, if you like this video, please do be sure to let us know, because we don't know if you don't like the video or you don't comment. We love to hear from you. We acknowledge all your comments and we do read them all, so please do comment. It does mean the world to us.
One thing I would say, for any Aussies watching or anybody who has been to Australia, let us know in the comment section below what foods you think that we should have put on the list. Maybe we'll do a part 2, but these are the ones that stood out to us. But I love hearing from you in the comment section below, so get commenting and let us know.
We just want to say a big thank you to the members. You guys are wonderful and you are growing and you are amazing. Thank you so much. You are unreal, and we will see you in the next one.
Adios.
Bye.